fans. A demon boy band?
The Sasha boys are just so hot in this film. I gotta admit, they're really hot in this film. they're so devilishly funny.
안녕하세요, 원다입니다. 미국 영화 전문 매체 버라이어티가 케이팝데몬헌터스를 2025 오스카 애니메이션 장편 부문 후보에 들어야 할 가치 있는 경쟁작이라고 언급해 세계 팬들의 호응을 얻고 있습니다. 해외 누리꾼들은 2025년 최고의 애니메이션 영화다, 장편 애니메이션상을 넘어 작품상도 탈 수 있다 등의 댓글을 달며 응원했는데요. 이렇게 케이팝데몬헌터스가 세계인들을 완전히 사로잡을 수 있었던 비결 중 하나에 대해 매기강 감독과 크리스 감독은 그들이 레퍼런스로 사용한 K-드라마를 지목합니다.
You guys did an incredible job with it.
Thank you.
As a K-pop fan myself, as an anime fan myself, as literally anything I'm very much in love with. Because it also touches very deep and mature themes in some ways, but it also makes it so simple and so understandable that even children can understand it. As far as like the costume design and the character design, I thought you did also a great job because I'm a huge K-drama fan myself. So I noticed that did you borrow some of that as well? Because I saw some influence potentially.
Oh yeah. Actual footage from K-dramas that we would reference and the animators would kind of, be very inspired by.
Yeah, we had a huge, mural board, like the reference boards that you can make online that had hundreds of GIFs of different moments from, because like the badass lead of a K-drama, perfect dude, who slightly feels some feelings for the first time. And his eyelids do the little fluttery thing.
Yes.
And we have just 40 GIFs of that we give to our animators. And the best part, like Maggie said, was the animators were like fans of K-dramas. Many of them were Korean, and they're like, I finally get to animate this thing that I love and do my take on it in animation. So that felt like we tapped into this pent-up sense of influences and inspirations within just our crew, and it made it so natural.
Yeah, definitely filling a gap there. I think we've all been waiting for something like this, so this is great.
I absolutely love how authentic yet lively it really feels to Korean pop culture, thanks to all of the poppy visual aesthetics and the emphasized emoting you guys have in the animation.
There were definitely so many of our animators who are like Korean, or even my wife who's Korean, who were like, I've seen Rumi with her weird double chin in the slow motion moments, the most scene I've ever been in film. And I'm like, yeah, we did it. We took so much inspiration from K-dramas. And those actresses, they go from like pretty comic to like the most sophisticated, subtle acting. So we kind of were like, we're going to use chibi stuff for emotions that are maybe lighter weight, maybe more superficial. And then when it came to like,
earnest.
The heavy stuff or the real stuff, we tried to ground it a little bit more.
You guys also nailed the K-drama cinematography and editing.
Yeah.
Like that alley scene, I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God, I feel like I'm watching other Netflix stuff right now.
It was really hard too. We're like, whoa, these guys are really good at camera to get this stuff to work. Yeah.
And just the timing of it, it's not straightforward slow-mo. It actually has this like cadence of like slow and quick, and it was really important for us to have a meet cute moment, and we actually called that sequence "meet ugly" because it's not cute,
but it is. It's simultaneously very much is.
And Chris, the visuals are just so stunning, and this style of animation is so ahead of its time, and it was just so visually appealing. So can you talk to me about selecting this style and how you guys made it your own?
I think the visual style is built into the kind of ingredients that Maggie brought to her original concept, which is K-pop and action and K-dramas and girls that are not just badass, but also like silly and goofy and real. And so as soon as you kind of mash those 4 or 5 things together, you're going to have to break new ground because there's literally nothing we can point to and be like, just do that. We can send you a GIF from a K-drama or have Maggie act it out on our phone. But for the most part, we were asking them to invent a new aesthetic for animation style, invent new lighting techniques to get closer to a music video, and that's what made it so exciting.
Yeah, no, it was extremely exciting. It was more like an experience versus just watching a film. Yeah. But it's so great, and I promise you guys, I'm not just saying that. This is truly a hit, and it's awesome. It has an emotional pull. It's visually pleasing.
또한 K-팝 아이돌들의 비주얼을 담는 데 있어 대조적인 한국인들의 찐 모습까지도 세밀하게 묘사했음을 언급하는데요.
K-pop demon hunter movie that you could watch at home. It's a real trip. You should be really, really proud. How do you translate the look of K-pop demon hunters to like a screen in motion? Because this is a very unique art style. I really love.
It felt like legitimately good lighting, like great editorial, beautiful music video lighting.
Actual good makeup on female characters.
Yes. Genuinely,
Sorry, but
genuinely good, like high class fashion. Like, you know, we were showing them, you know, Givenchy stuff, and at the same time, like Korean home clothes, which are like those pants that like should never leave anyone's home, but are kind of amazing. It was like all those contrasts. They were just everywhere, and it was hard work to make them hold together. But it felt like whenever we worked with our artists, finally we get to bring some of the things that we love into the mainstream. So that made it inspiring every day to show up, even if it was hard.
케이팝데몬헌터스 노래들의 인기 역시 미국을 넘어 전 세계적인데요. 요 아이돌은 지난 5일 스포티파이에서 1위에 올랐으며 골든도 2위에 올랐죠. 거기다 빌보드 음악 차트까지 휩쓸었는데요. 케이팝데몬헌터스의 OST 전곡이 빌보드에 진입한 데는 영화의 서사를 담고 있는 가사와 진짜 케이팝다운 수준의 음악이 잘 맞물려져 그 어떤 노래들보다도 관객들의 마음을 거세게 강타했기 때문이었죠.
We have to get into this music. Like, wow, it's so truly amazing because it sounds like something you would really hear on the radio. And I know for a fact I can't be the first person to have brought that up.
We tapped a lot of K-pop songwriters that have written songs for Twice, for BTS, and we partnered with Black Label on a lot of the songs.
I feel like writing the songs, it was this crazy balancing act of, as you know, in a film, like every second counts story-wise. So the songs needed to move the story, but that is hard to do and still be cool. And so it was this, I think for a lot of the pop writers, you know, they'd give us this amazing bop and then we'd be like, great, now we also need to know the following information and emotional points in each verse. And they're like, whoa, this is way harder than I thought. So I think that was a testament to a lot of hard work and a lot of talent on the songwriting team to be able to integrate that and make it feel like, yes, this is a story point and a personal song, but also still an amazing, like you said, straight off Spotify.
Yeah, it's very much something I listened to in the car. The music just really threw me for a loop because I was not expecting that to be that like crazy aspect of the film being so enjoyable.
이렇게 전 세계를 휩쓴 케이팝데몬헌터스의 엄청난 성공 뒤에는 자신의 정체성인 한국 문화와 케이팝으로 애니메이션을 만들기 위해 자신의 모든 것을 쏟아부은 열정과 피땀 어린 노력이 있었기에 매기관 감독은 자신의 자식과 같은 케이팝데몬헌터스에 대해 이야기하며 울컥하는데요.
This is your baby,
Yeah.
right? This is your idea.
Yes.
Like, how does it feel to see like your ideas become this big thing?
It's crazy. It's so crazy. You know, one of the best moments so far was showing it to my family, and my sister, I'm going to cry. My sister ran over in tears and said, "This is so you." And I just felt it, you know, because I did pour everything into this movie, and with no, you know, for both of us, we were like, we will die, but this movie will live forever. So we wanted it to be really great and put myself into this movie and all these characters. So yeah, it's an amazing feeling.
빌보드는 골든을 아카데미 주제가상 후보곡으로 예상했습니다. 골든은 김은재 작곡가가 만들고 노래까지 부른 곡이죠. 이에 일부 팬들은 골든이 아니라 유어 아이돌을 아카데미 후보로 내야 한다는 목소리도 냈는데요. 5인조 보이그룹 사자보이즈가 악역임에도 불구하고 현재 엄청난 인기를 누리고 있기 때문이죠. 현재 SNS에서는 사자보이즈를 커버하는 영상들이 연일 올라오며 엄청난 인기를 누리고 있기까지 하죠.
The fans. A demon boy band?
악역조차 이렇게 인기가 폭발할 수밖에 없는 이유를 매기관 감독과 크리스 감독은 그들이 참조한 케이팝 보이그룹들을 언급하는데요. 굉장히 매력적이면서도 절대 불쾌하거나 과하지 않은 그 미묘한 경계를 지목합니다.
And I know you guys also mentioned BTS was a huge inspiration for you when it came to sort of making the music of the film. The Saja Boys are just so hot in this film. I gotta admit, they're really hot in this film. They're so devilishly funny. The other thing I also love is the music videos, which are just the biggest highlights of the film. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of those League of Legends like music videos they released on YouTube while you guys put your own spin on it. So which musical segment was your favorite to make or was the hardest to storyboard and develop and then implement into the film?
Your idol?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we're very proud of that final Boys song. It turned out even better than I could have ever imagined. We felt like it was a really bold song to start, and the visuals, we just wanted to really just take it up a notch, and I don't know.
And kind of like walk this line, which K-pop boy groups do, which is like really, they're kind of all incredibly hot, but it never crosses this line to be icky. And so it was like hot demon boys beckoning an audience into hell. Like that could go sideways really easily, but we had great board artists and great music. And then when we got it to the animators, even the lighters, Maggie was like, there's all these guys in the lighting dailies that are so excited to light hot dudes. And we're like, yes, we wish we looked like this.
And animation too. They were they just made them real hot to the point where I was like, I never asked for this hotness, but here it is. And they were like, yes. So it was really fun.
The final performance that the boys give, we call the Namsang concert, their idol song. So I personally really wanted to have really super hot dudes doing really great choreography with really great lighting, with really great music. And I was like, I don't know if we can do this, but... And Maggie was like, just keep making them hotter. And I was like, okay. But I'm really happy with how that turned out. I feel like it's super unique.